Hi friends, how are you? Welcome to Aki Objective Chemistry. I am Ramesh, Senior Chemistry Teacher. In today's session, I am going to discuss a very important topic, that is limiting reagent. So we can expect the question from this topic in NEET, IIT JEE mains exams. It is very important. If you take a chemical reaction, generally reactants are react together to form products. While the time of completion of the reaction, some reactants are excess, still they are remaining in the final reaction mixture, but some reactants are completely reacted. So those reactants which are present in excess quantity are called excess reagent or excess reactant, and those reactants which reacted completely or consumed completely while the time of completion of the reaction are called limiting reagent or limiting reactant. In simple way, what is the limiting reactant or limiting reagent? It is the reactant which reacted completely in a chemical reaction. The reactant which is completely consumed while the time of completion of the reaction, that is called limiting reagent. You get the more clarity by taking one example here. So two reactants P, Q react together to form product R. In this equation, Q is the, let us suppose take the Q is the limiting reagent. So this is the limiting reagent which is completely reacted or consumed while the completion of the reaction. So this is the limiting reagent. It can decide the number of moles of product R produced in the chemical reaction, nothing but yield of the chemical reaction. It also decides the quantity of P has to react with Q. Means the limiting reagent can control the complete chemical reaction. Once the limiting reagent is completely consumed, the reaction is going to be stopped. Means the limiting reagent can decide the quantity of product or number of moles of product produced. It also decides the quantity of remaining all reactants that has to react. That is called limiting reagent. So this is the theory part regarding this topic. Now I am going to discuss the objective part. It's very important for the competitive exams. For this limiting reagent questions, numericals. So I want to discuss some tricks, easy, simple tricks. They are very easy while solving these tricks will help you while solving the questions, objective questions. Let us see what is the trick one here. This is the question 2A. This is the reaction 2A plus 3B reduced to 4C. 5 moles of A and 4 moles of B on reaction produces how many moles of C, and also find the limiting reagent. The equation given is here 2 moles of A and 3 moles of B react together to form 4 moles of C. So this is now I am discussing the trick. Now I am discussing the trick one. So this is trick one. As per the, now I am going to solve this question by using trick one. As per the equation, number of moles of A is 2, number of moles of B is 3. Number of moles of C is 4. As per the given numerical, so question, as per the question, number of moles of A given is 5. Number of moles of B given is here 4. Then we need to calculate the number of moles of C produced. So how can you calculate the limiting reagent? Then number of moles of C produced. So here, now I am going to calculate the number of moles of C produced by taking individual reactants separately. With respect to B, number of moles of C produced. 3 moles of B can produce 4 moles of C, then 4 moles of B can produce how many moles of C? That is cross multiplication, 4 into 4 by 3, 16 by 3 equal to 5.3 moles. With respect to A, this is with respect to A, 2 moles of A can produce 4 moles of C, then 5 moles of A can produce how many moles of C? 2 moles produce 4 moles, exactly double here. 5 moles can produce how much here? 10. Otherwise, cross multiplication, 5 into 4 divided with 2, 20 by 2, exactly it is 10 moles of C. So these are the number of moles with respect to B, with respect to A reactants. So between these two, 5.3 is the mole is the least. So this is the least quantity. The reactant which can produce least number of moles of product, that is called limiting reagent. Here B is the limiting reagent. So B is the limiting reagent. Once you find the limiting reagent, what is the use of this? Then you can easily calculate the number of moles of product formed. 3 moles of, with respect to limiting reagent only, we have to calculate the number of moles of product, not A. Only with respect to B, we need to find the number of moles of C. So because it can decide the number of moles of product formed. So 3 moles of B can produce 4 moles of C. Then 4 moles of B can produce how many moles of C? That is 5.3 moles. Hence, the number of moles of C produced in this reaction is 5.3 moles. So this is the way to solve the question. So now, see the trick one. So what? In trick one, by calculating amount of any one product, because in some reactions 3-4 products are there, any one product, by calculating amount of any one product obtained, taking each reactant one by one, irrespective of the other reactants, the reactant, the one giving least product is called limiting reagent. So in this question, moles of the reactant B can produce 5.3 least. That's why B is the limiting reagent. The moles of C produced is 5.3. Then this is the trick one. In trick one, how can you find the limiting reagent? The reactant which can produce least quantity or least number of moles of product. That is called limiting reagent. Now, see the trick two. By taking same question, here in trick 2, it is very easy compared to trick 1. Here we have to calculate the ratio. What is this ratio? It is the ratio between given moles. What are the given moles? The moles given in the question. Given moles to the stoichiometric coefficient. The reactant, so this is the ratio we need to find here for every reactant. The reactant which has the least ratio, that is called limiting reagent. Take this reaction, it has to be least. The reactant which has least ratio, that is called limiting reagent. So to take this equation, 2a plus 3b gives rise to 4c. The first calculate the for a and b this ratio. So a, number of moles of a given is 5. The question given moles are 5. The stoichiometric coefficient of a in the equation is 2, 5 by 2. That is 2.5. And the ratio of b, number of moles of b given in the numerical is 4. Divided with the stoichiometric coefficient of b in the equation is 3, 4 by 3. That is around 1.3. So the ratio of a is 2.5 and the ratio of b is 1.3. So it is least. That's why b is the limiting reagent. So once you find the limiting reagent, then you can easily calculate the number of moles of C produced. So here, this is the Ln, B is the Ln. So 3 moles of B can produce 4 moles of C. Then the moles of given, the numerical is 4. 4 moles of B can produce how many moles of C? That is 16 by 3. It is exactly equal to 5.3 moles. Hence, the moles of C produced is 5.3. And what is the limiting reagent? B is the limiting reagent. So this is the way to calculate the limiting reagent in trick 2 method. In trick 2, once again I am taking a small revision. In trick 2, we have to calculate the ratio. What is this ratio? It is the ratio between given moles. Given moles, nothing but the moles given in the question. Given moles to the stoichiometric coefficient in the reaction. Okay. The reactant which has the least ratio is the limiting reagent. See here what is written in the first slide. In trick 2. Divide given moles of each reactant by their stoichiometric coefficient. The one with least ratio is the limiting reagent. So we can use the either trick 1 or trick 2 as per your comfort, but I am suggesting you use the trick 2 for most of the limiting reagent. But trick 1 also very useful for IIT mains or IIT advanced questions, because sometimes in IIT level they used to ask the questions in combination of both limiting reagent and percentage yield. While calculating percentage yield and limiting reagent questions, combination questions, trick 1 is a very useful, the best method, trick 1. Now in today's session I am going to solve the 4 questions by using only trick 2. See the question here. This is the other way of asking questions, limiting reagent. For a reaction, 2P plus Q gives rise to R, 8 moles of P, 5 moles of Q, and reaction produces how many moles of R? Also calculate the composition of resulting mixture, means final reaction mixture. See here, the equation given is 2 moles of P react with 1 mole of Q to form R. Here 8 moles P given. Okay, first find the ratio. First find the ratio. So this is P and this one is Q. We have to calculate the ratio for only reactants because limiting reagent is the only reactant. Then find the ratio for P. Number of moles given. P given is here 8 moles. 8 by. Then what is the stoichiometric coefficient of P in this reaction? 2. 8 by 2. It is 4. Find the ratio for Q. Number of moles of Q given is here 5. So 5 by. Then what is the stoichiometric coefficient of OQ in this equation? 1. That is 5. So between P and Q, which one is the least ratio? P. Okay, that's why P is the limiting reagent. P is the limiting reagent. Once if we find the limiting reagent, what is the use of this limiting reagent? We can easily find the then product R. 2 moles of P can produce 1 mole of R, exactly of. Then 8 moles, given moles are 8. 8 moles of P can produce how many moles of R? 4 moles, that's all. Now, that is one sub question. One more question asking, we need to calculate the composition of the final resulting mixture, final reaction mixture. Then, here how many moles of Q given? 5 moles. According to this reaction, 2 moles of P can react with 1 mole of Q. Then 8 moles of P can react with obviously 4 moles of Q. Out of 5 moles, only 4 moles is reacted and 1 mole is remaining in the final reaction mixture. Number of moles, number of moles of moles, number of moles reacted or formed. Number of moles reacted or formed. See here, this is the P and the Q R. How many moles of P reacted? I am asking reacted quantity. How many moles of P reacted? Okay, 8 moles of P reacted, 4 moles of Q reacted, and 4 moles of R is produced. So number of moles of P reacted is 8 mole. Number of moles of Q reacted is 4 mole. The number of moles of R reacted is 4 mole. And the number of moles remaining, number of moles of remaining in the final reaction mixture, or number of moles unreacted. Here given number of moles of P is in the numerical 8 moles. 8 moles are reacted. Then how many moles are remaining? 0. The number of moles of Q given is 5 moles. Out of 5 moles, 4 moles is reacted and 1 mole is excess. This unreacted remaining in the final reaction mixture. And how many moles of R produced? In the final reaction mixture are also there. Then 4 moles are remaining. Already it is produced, 4 moles of R produced, that is remaining in the final reaction mixture. So what is the composition? Composition of final reaction mixture. Final reaction mixture. The final reaction mixture, how many moles of P is there? 0 moles, no moles. And 1 mole of the composition is 1 mole of Q plus the 4 moles of R. So this is the other way of asking questions in limiting reagent model. This is the final reaction mixture. Let us see one more other model, limiting reagent only, other model type. This is the question. 10 liters of butane gas is burnt with 20 liters of oxide H2. We calculate the volume of carbon dioxide produced. Okay, we need to find the volume of carbon dioxide formed at STP. So first write the butane. Here the difference between the previous question and this question is, here in this question they didn't give the number of moles. Rather than giving the number of moles, they given the volumes, liters here. First write the chemical equation, combustion of butane, C4H10 upon combustion, the help of supporter oxygen to produce the common byproducts of CO2 and H2O. This is the equation. Now all are gases here at STP conditions. H2O is the liquid state and CO2 is the gas. Now balance the equation here. 4 CO2 and this is 5 H2O. The oxygens become this side, 8 plus 5, 13. 13 by 2. But these numbers are not allowed. So instead of writing 13 by 2, if you multiply this total equation with 2, 13 by 2 become 2. So it become 8, it become 10. So here 20 hydrogens, 20 hydrogens. Now the equation is balanced. Okay, these are gases. I need to compare the butane and carbon dioxide. Now, then how can we find the ratio? Then how can we find the limiting reagent? Thereafter, how can we calculate the number of moles of CO2? What is the volume of CO2 produced? See here, the reactants are C4H10 and oxygen. These two are reactants. A ratio, both are gases. 2 moles occupies how much volume? 2 into 22.4 liters. 13 moles occupies 13 into 22.4 liters. Both sides 22.4 is common, get cancelled. Then you can directly write the 2 liters. This number of moles or stoichiometric coefficient indicates the liters only. 2 liters, it becomes 13 liters. Okay. Now directly you can take the 10 liters also like 10 moles only. How can you find the ratio? Number of moles given. Okay, directly take the 10 liters as this 10 liters as 10 moles. The 10 liters take it as 10 moles. Then 10 by. So here in this equation, what is the stoichiometric coefficient in this one? 2. How much it is? 5. Number of moles of O2 given, nothing but liters given is 25. The stoichiometric coefficient of O2 in the equation is 13. It's nearly equal to 1.5. So between these two reactant, O2 reactant has the least ratio. That's why O2 is the limiting reagent. Once if you calculate the limiting reagent, with respect to that limiting reagent, you can easily find the number of moles of CO2 produced, or what is the volume of CO2 produced or formed. See here, according to this equation, 13 liters of O2 can produce 8 liters of CO2. Then the number of moles of O2 given in the question is 20 liters. 20 liters can produce how many liters of CO2? It is 20 into 8 by 13, 12 liters. So this is the way of solving the questions. And what is the limiting reagent here? Oxygen is the limiting reagent. How many liters of carbon dioxide produced here? 2 liters of carbon dioxide. This is the one way of asking questions. Other model. If 8 grams of H2 is gas is allowed to react with 32 grams of O2 to produce water, then how many grams of H2O will actually produce? Identify the limiting reagent. So H2 is a well-known reaction. H2 react with O2 to form H2O. H2O. So both are gases. Then balance the equation. So this is 2H2O and this is 2H2. Okay. Now first find the ratio. By using this ratio, you can find the limiting reagent. Once you find the limiting reagent, it is very easy to find the number of moles of water produced. See here. So this is H2 and this is O2. Number of moles of H2 given. They didn't give the number of moles of H2, they given the weight. Weight by molecular mass of H2 is 2. This is 4. Number of moles of O2. So what is the weight of O2 given? 32. So it is 32 by, and what is the moles of, what is the molecular mass of O2 here? 32. That is 1. These are number of moles. Then find the ratio. Here I could convert the number of moles to weight to number of moles. Then find the ratio between number of moles given to the stoichiometric coefficient. Number of moles of H2 given is 4. The stoichiometric coefficient of H2 in this equation is 2. So 4 by 2 is 2 here. Then here also number of moles of O2 given is 1. The stoichiometric coefficient of O2 in this equation is 1. That is 1. So between H2 and O2, O2 has the least ratio. That's why O2 is the limiting reagent. Once if we find the limiting reagent with respect to that reactant, you can easily find the number of moles of product formed. Here, according to this equation, 1 mole of O2 can produce 2 moles of water. Then here also given is 1. Here 1 mole can produce, here also 32 grams of O2 means how many moles here? 1 mole. 1 mole can produce 2 moles. That's all. Then 2 moles of water weight is, actually they are asking how many grams of H2O will actually produced. So 2 moles weight. So weight of water produced is 2 moles. Then how can you convert the moles into weight? The number of moles with, when you multiply the number of moles with its molecular mass, molecular mass of water is 18. That is exactly equal to 36 grams. The weight of water produced is 36 grams. So this is the way of asking question. In previous question, they given volume, and now they given the weight. This is the one more question. This is the previous JEE Mains question. If 0.5 moles of barium chloride is mixed with 0.2 moles of sodium phosphate, the maximum number of moles of barium phosphate that can be formed is. So this question also belongs to a limiting reagent. First to see the, first we have to write the reaction between BaCl2 and sodium phosphate. So BaCl2 react with sodium phosphate to form, it is the example for double displacement reaction to produce. So barium phosphate, Ba3PO4 twice, and sodium chloride, double displacement. Now balance this equation. Here 3Ba, 3BaCl2. Number of PO4 units are here 2. Now sodium becomes 6 NaCl. So that this is aqueous medium. So this is the reaction. Now first we need to calculate the which one is the limiting reagent. So the limiting reagent here. To find the limiting reagent, first we need to calculate their ratio. One reactant is BaCl2, other reactant is Na3PO4. So take the ratio, find the ratio. So BaCl2 number of moles given is 0.5. The stoichiometric coefficient of BaCl2 in the equation is 3, 0.5 by 3. That is nearly equal to 0.166. Then like in the same way, Na3PO4. Ratio for Na3PO4 is number of moles of given Na3PO4 is 0.25. The stoichiometric coefficient of Na3PO4 is 2, that is 0.1, 0.1, 0.166. So Na3PO4 is the least ratio. That's why Na3PO4 is the limiting. This is limiting LR, limiting reagent. Once you find the limiting reagent with respect to Na3PO4, you can easily find the number of moles of barium phosphate produced. That is the question. So according to this equation, 2 moles of Na3PO4 can produce 1 mole of barium phosphate. Now the given is number of moles of Na3PO4 given is 0.2. Now 0.2 moles of sodium phosphate can produce how many moles of barium phosphate? 2, it is 1. 0.2 becomes 0.1 mole. That's all. So 0.2 moles of sodium phosphate can produce 0.1 mole of barium phosphate. In this question, the limiting reagent is sodium phosphate. So this is the different way of asking questions in limiting reagent model. But these are easy and medium level. 2 questions are medium level and the remaining 3 questions are easy level. I want to make the one more video on limiting reagents, but that is somewhat difficult IIT model. But the questions are a combination of both limiting reagent and a percentage yield. In that method, in that questions, so trick one is the very useful method. So based on this, now I am going to give the one question to you. So try to yourself. So this is the question. So try yourself. So this question. So based on the limiting reagent, the data given. So that's all for today's session. Thank you for watching.